What's good, faves? It's your fave, Miss Renee. You guys, I am back at it again with another good food for your soul video.
It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away from these beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an visions I replay. Sit right next to you.
So, I've got a rare treat for you guys. It is my sister, Shona. Yes, you guys, today we are going to be talking about women not just surviving, but thriving from women's number one disease killer, and that's heart disease. And she and I are both survivors, and we are both thriving. So, just stay tuned. We're getting ready to eat good, y'all. Um, I guess let's just dive into it. Okay, so let's just get started. Okay, this is not a rehearsed conversation. We are gonna talk candidly and as openly as we can about something that we have both lived through personally. So this is not something that she or I read about and then thought we would come and talk to you about. No, girlfriend, we have both had to go through open heart surgery.
Yes.
We both have our own experiences, and then we have some similar experiences. So I guess the purpose for this video is to really educate and to support women that are themselves finding that they have heart disease and not knowing what to do, like what's next. So tell me, when was your surgery date?
June 17th, 2021.
Okay.
It started out when I first started feeling bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was March of 2021.
Okay.
I worked at night, and I got off. It was around maybe 3 o'clock. I work for UPS brokerage.
And you work at home?
I work at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I eat sometimes late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that maybe I was feeling that way because I had eaten kind of late, maybe at 9 o'clock.
So you thought it was gas or something?
Indigestion or something like that. And I got off, and I remembered I couldn't lie down. And I got up and I said, I drank a ginger ale, thinking that would make it better. And it didn't help. So Richard, my husband, he gets off like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So when he got off and he come through the front door, I'm walking from the front door to the back door, just trying to,
You're going back and forth.
Oh,
yeah,
trying to
pacing back and forth.
Not pacing, but just walking, thinking that
trying
would
to work
digest,
down whatever.
Right.
Okay, got you.
And he walked in. He's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I don't feel good. I can't lie down. It's like I can't really breathe." And he said, "Well, come on, we're going to the emergency room." I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to just walk a little bit." And I said, "If I don't feel any better in the morning, then I'll go to the emergency room." Mind you, I had been in heart failure before.
Yes, you have.
Some years ago, I had congestive heart failure. And they gave me medication. It cleared up.
Go ahead and tell them about the night we were out.
Oh, my goodness.
Tell them about the night we were out. And it was at the fair. It was at the fair.
Like, yeah, it had to be 10 years ago.
Yeah. So we literally had like an epiphany. What do you call it? Like a deja vu moment when we went to the fair.
Friday.
Yes.
We did.
Yes. So tell them about that. 10 years ago.
Oh, my goodness. We went to the fair. And Renee, she keeps everything cold. And I'm freezing. I'm in her car
cold here.
Like this. I'm like, Renee, I'm cold. I said, I don't feel good. She's like, come on. Every time I tell her I don't feel good. You all right? You okay? Come on. We gonna go have fun. Okay. So I'm pushing through. Okay. We get to the fair. Oh God, it's crazy.
It's okay.
And we're at the concert.
And we're having a good time.
We're having a good time.
I'm having a good time.
I was okay.
Okay.
And then I don't even drink beer, but I was craving a beer. I said, Renee, I'm gonna go get me a beer. You want something to drink? She's like, no. And I went and I got a beer and I drink it down so fast. And I felt okay. I just sit there for a minute and I felt okay.
I wonder what the beer has in it that makes.
I don't know if it's iron. I don't know. Because remember, when I was in heart failure then, I was anemic. Mm-hmm. My iron was very low.
Yeah, that's a similar thing for both of us. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I drank that, and then the concert's over with, and I was like, oh, I'm tired. I can't really walk. And lo and behold, we run into my son, and I was like, Little Rich, I can't walk. Like, and
we're laughing.
We're still laughing.
And we're having fun.
He's like, Mama. He said, come on, I'll carry you. Get on my back. And I got on his back. And he carried me. We walked, and it was a pretty good walk. I couldn't do it. And thank God he was my ram in the bush.
Yes, he was.
And I rode on his back. He carried me to the car. We got in the car, and I'm still freezing.
Mind you, I'm hot.
Oh, my God. She's very
hot. Yeah, I'm hot. Arizona.
She's like, come on, girl. So I get home. I make it home, and I'm lying across the bed, and I call my sister, who is an RN. She said, what's going on, sis? I said, I don't know. I said, I'm real cold. She said, go get you some Gatorade. Drink you 2 or 3 Gatorades and see how you feel in the morning. This morning, I got up, and my mom called me, and she was like, how you feeling this morning? I said, I don't know. I said, I got up, I took a shower, put on some clothes and everything. She said, well, come over. I fixed breakfast. And my favorite, salmon croquettes and fried potatoes and onions. I said, okay, I'm on my way. I went over there, ate breakfast. After I ate, I was like, Mom, I still don't feel good. She said, come on, we're going to the emergency room. So we went. That was the first time I found out I was in heart failure. I mean, he had me in tears.
That was the first time they prescribed Carvedilol.
Yeah. That was the first time they prescribed Carvedilol. And Carvedilol. Carvedilol. I can't say it.
I'll put that up here so you can see how to spell that.
So he was just really coming really down on me. I just got immediately scared. And I remember...
They get mad at us, don't they?
Oh, my goodness. He was angry. He was so mad at me. But they got me in the hospital. They got me out going, and everything was good. A lot of times, we all do this. I wasn't taking my medication the way I should have been taking it. Truth be told. I know it sounds stupid, but it is what it is.
We don't need it. We start feeling better.
Right. We start feeling
That's
better.
it. Yeah. We start feeling better.
True.
And I don't like the way the medicine makes me feel.
Exactly.
And
that's what happened. Now, mind you, 10 years ago, I didn't have a leaky valve. But by me not taking my medication...
You developed a leaky valve.
I developed a leaky valve, a mitral valve. So this time...
Bring us back to you pacing the floor. Okay.
The night I was pacing the floor.
This was in 2021.
March 2021. And I get to the emergency room. I packed my bag. I knew I wasn't coming home because I didn't feel good.
Was it a similar feeling? Did you remember this feeling? Was it familiar? Or was
no, it wasn't familiar. It was just like I couldn't breathe.
So this time
different. It was different.
Okay.
I really couldn't breathe.
Couldn't catch a breath.
Like So okay, we get to the hospital.
No pain in your arms, chest, none of that. Okay.
Didn't have any pain in my chest.
No jaw pain.
No jaw pain. None of that. No pain anywhere. Just I couldn't breathe. So they start running tests, and if I can remember correctly, they did what is it, EKG?
No, they do an echocardiogram.
Well, they did that, but first
the EKG.
They did the EKG.
Which I don't like.
They didn't. That didn't come back.
It doesn't
normal.
do anything.
Well, it didn't come back normal.
Oh, mine's always come back okay.
Okay, that didn't come back normal. So they was like, okay, we're gonna do a echogram.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. So okay, they said we're gonna get this fluid out. You have some fluid around your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They didn't tell me at that time that I had a mitral valve. They just said you have some. So I'm thinking it's congestive heart failure.
Again.
The same thing it was before.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get this fluid off my heart, and we're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm there. It's the third day. I'm still in the hospital. So they said, you're going to go home. This doctor comes in the room. This cardiologist. He comes in the room. He said, Miss Burton? I said, yes. He said, sit down. I want to talk to you. And I'm thinking, what's wrong? And he grabbed my hand. And he said, he introduced himself. And he said, I'm a cardiologist. And he said, I'm looking over your tests and everything. He said, you have a leaky mitral valve. And I dropped my
Did you
hand.
recognize that from me?
I did.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I knew what was coming.
Oh, yeah.
Heart surgery.
So now you're in that moment.
So
okay.
I'm in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked at him, and I was like, oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I've been looking over your tests and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, you have a leaky mitral valve. And I just took a deep breath. He said, calm down. He said, you're going to be okay. I said, I want to go home. He said, if I let you go home today, promise me that you'll follow up with me and come back so we can take care of this. He said, my dad had the same thing, and he said, I'm going to send you to the best surgeon there is. And you're going to be fine. He said, but promise me. He said, I'm going to let you go home. But you promise me that you will follow up. Because a lot of people don't. And in him saying that, you and I, we did
our own research.
Yeah. And it's like 40%.
Yeah, even more than that.
I think it's more.
Yeah, I'll put exactly how many people know that they need surgery and don't follow through.
Right. Literally
take their chances.
So I promised him that I would follow up with him, as I did. But I was devastated.
Because I said, as long as she don't have a leaky valve, I'm good.
Right.
She's okay. We'll go through what we have to. I just didn't want her to have surgery. Well, lo and behold, it was a leaky valve. And it was the same type of leaky valve that I had 7 years ago.
That's it. So I promised him that I would follow up. I followed up. I had to go through the workup for heart surgery.
Real quick. So the workup is a crazy amount of tests. Because, we now know we have a problem with the heart, but now we need to make sure everything else is okay in the body before we open her up to perform that surgery. So it's a lot of tests. A lot of tests. And as Shona's saying,
it's very emotional.
Yes, it is.
It's traumatizing.
Yes, it is.
You're in a space.
Yes, you are.
And Renee, now with her heart surgery, it was like wham, bam. It was different. I wasn't in the pain that Renee was in. So they had a little time, and I needed that time to get my mind. Yeah, mentally, I had to prepare myself for this.
Emotionally, spiritually, all of that.
It was, but I knew I had to do it. There was no choice because I have a family. I have my kids, my grandkids, and I have to live for them. I mean, I had to do it. There was, it wasn't no thinking about it. It was, it had to be done, and I had to wrap my brain around it. And it was hard. And I needed that time because I was you all. I really was.
No, you
I knew who had me, but the thought of lying on that table and them taking that saw and cutting me open.
That's a lot.
Whew,
Yeah, that's
it's a lot. But I remember I wanted to go by myself because I had to wrap my brain around this myself.
Yeah.
And
It's tough, yeah.
he come in the room to you, and he told me you were the best, and that you took care of his father. He said, I'm going to take care of you too. And he looked me dead in my eyes. And you could tell he was a man of God. I felt that. We talked. And when I left the office, usually I'm just a ball of nerves. I'm crying. I'm just, all out of it. But this sense of peace come over me. And I walked down. I was walking to the elevator, and I just looked up. I said, God, I said, look at you, how strong you've made me. I said, I'm not crying. I'm not scared. I'm not nervous. I know you get me.
Oh, Jesus.
And right when I got off the elevator, going out the door to my car, Renee called. And she was like, oh, God. She said, Shona, where are you? She didn't even know I had a doctor's appointment that day.
I was at home watering the plants.
I'm sorry, you all.
No, you don't have anything to be sorry about.
And she was like, I said, I just left talking with Dr. Ita. She said, you did? She said, that's so ironic. She said, Shona, I'm sitting here. And we just started crying.
And I said, it takes a strong
Woman. Yeah.
And it was confirmation because she was dealing with, Lord, thank you for making me strong.
Yes.
And I just wanted her to know, because this is my sister, y'all. It takes a strong woman to get on the table, fully trusting God.
That's it.
That you're going to survive the surgery and recover fully. And regain health, life, and strength, and move on with the rest of your life. It takes a strong person to be able to get on that table, trusting in the whole process and knowing God's got you. Because you go there by yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, one thing that was so kind of knocked both of us off our feet was immediately after Shona I came to see her on the day after surgery. So it was really like her first full day out of the intensive care. And her nurse, who was amazing, she had several awesome nurses.
I did.
She had the best nurses. And one of the nurses told us that, and kind of matter of factly, you have to know this is their job.
Exactly.
So this is what they do every day. They see people live and do well, and then of course they see people that don't do so well. But this is just business as usual. So in his conversation to us, he shared that Shona had been brought back several times.
Well, that threw both of us back.
That threw both of us. We weren't prepared for that. We both kind of like looked at each other like, because I'm like, I wanted to look at her and say, did you hear what he said?
Exactly.
And 2 or 3 times. Let me just tell you that. I don't want to.
It was several times.
It was several times.
Oh my God.
Yeah, more than a few. So, that changes your praise.
Of course.
Okay? I mean, your praise is already elevated because you made it through. But then to know that God snatched you back repeatedly.
It's not time.
Repeatedly. That takes an elevated praise to orbit. Okay? Outer space. So, yeah, that was just amazing. And as her sister, one thing that I did not want her to have to go through what I had gone through.
Exactly.
Because I already knew the recovery. And like Shona said earlier, our experiences were so different. I was sick and not being diagnosed properly.
Right.
So I stayed sick for months.
Oh, goodness.
But that was the grace of God. Also, while I was ill, like Shona said, she couldn't lay down. I couldn't lay down. Y'all understand this. And any time that you feel like you cannot catch your breath or laying down,
worse.
yes,
lying down
is bad. That's an ER trip.
Yeah.
Don't keep trying to pacify it and make it better.
And it's a sign of heart failure.
That is a sign of heart failure.
Yes.
Every time I tried to lay down, I had what we call a cardiac cough. And in that cough, it produces a lot of mucus. And so every time I would try to lay down, the cough would become ridiculous. I'd have to sit back up. Praise God that I sat back up.
Exactly.
Because that fluid is what you can drown on. Okay? So ladies, please, 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 as though we are sharing Shona's story today and just kind of telling you some of the signs and symptoms that we have both seen, or what she saw, what I saw, and whatever, making notes here. Just know that our health is so very important.
Yes,
and when you don't feel good, don't keep trying to wait and see and worry about it later. No, sweetheart, go take care of yourself. Get to the doctor. Yeah, pray your way through.
That's it.
But the men and women that God has already blessed to take care of you.
That's right.
Don't discount that. Get there. For me, my symptoms were jaw pain. Of course, I did not know what that was. I thought I had a bad tooth. Something's going on with one of my teeth. No, it was not. That jaw pain was a very significant sign and symptom that something was going on with my heart. The cardiac cough, again, if it's a persistent cough, and lots of mucus,
and the cough normally comes at nighttime.
It gets really bad at night. Yes.
I used to eat cough drops,
bags of cough drops. We both have gone through that. And then since then, anytime that we have fluid, we know to take Lasix.
Exactly.
Because that does have to pull that fluid off of us. And we both have it. We don't have to take it daily.
Right.
But when we feel if there's fluid on our legs or our feet, ankles, any of that, that means you probably are retaining fluid and you need to take some Lasix, okay? Along with a potassium pill as well.
Exactly.
I just think the symptoms alone are so different, ladies. Like every woman is different.
Yeah.
And we're so different than men.
There are so many symptoms that go unnoticed. And people just think, well, maybe I just feel bad.
No.
It's serious. It really is, you all. It's best to go and check it out. Just to be sure.
And let's also say that a lot of times, ladies, and this is just real, in my experience, people, including doctors, can sometimes scoot you back out the door.
Yeah, you went through that, and I was so angry.
Oh my God.
That. Yeah.
I was menopausal.
Yeah.
I understand that. So I was going through a lot of changes internally anyways.
Right.
And then I feel like people thought I was making it up.
Right.
Like I clearly there's nothing wrong with you. Because every test was coming back normal. But you hadn't checked my heart yet.
And I had gotten to the point I was angry, so I checked. I said, Tia, why can't they figure out what's going on with her? And she said, Shona, have they checked her heart?
Wow.
And I asked, didn't I ask you that?
I don't know.
I said, Renee, tell them to check your heart. Well, they did after a series of her going through several tests and
different hospitals.
Different hospitals. How many hospitals turned your way? 2?
5. I went to 5 ERs in 1 30-day period.
I was angry. I was so angry. I have them check her heart. I said, they haven't checked that. They checked your gallbladder.
All of that.
They was just checking everything but bypassing the heart. Yeah, bypassing the heart.
And I was also losing blood.
Exactly. And then they also had you on some kind of medication that was putting fluid on you.
Oh yeah.
What was
sodium
that?
drip.
Oh yeah.
I had a sodium drip. I was looking like a big old muffin up in the hospital, like a lobster in the face.
that was making you swell more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a journey.
It's a complete journey. So let's talk about, okay, so let's kind of brief them too on recovery. What does recovery look like? It's my recovery, I'm telling you, as close as we are, our recoveries, our journeys do not mimic each other's.
Right.
And that's what is so important to know. Everybody's experience is different. What you go through is different. Your surgery can be different. What is amazing is we both have the exact same surgeon, but we have different cardiologists.
Right.
For me, small, simple things created huge pain in my body. I could not even do my shoulders like that, just to say, I don't know, I couldn't do that. If I did that, a pain that it just mind-numbing pain would shoot through my body. Both of us have the same identical scar down our chest, but I was 2 weeks, get up from the chair with assistance, go to the bathroom, come back. To get me out of the chair was the greatest pain I've ever experienced, honestly. And the feeling of doom and the feeling that heart failure for me left me feeling that my heart had failed me.
Right.
Like that I'm a strong woman. I depend on myself. I know who I am, this and that. But heart failure made me feel weak and feeble and not assertive and strong. It took that away from me momentarily. Also, I felt that because, like we said, you walk into the hospital and you walk out of the hospital, and people don't see your illness, so people don't have the empathy. If I was bleeding, right, they would have more empathy for me. If I was in a wheelchair, they would have more empathy for me. So people just expect you to just bounce back, get back to your life. What are you doing? You know, and
come on.
Yeah. And one thing that really bugged me about it was, allow me this time.
Mentally, you just have to wrap your brain around everything that your body has gone through.
Yes, it's trauma.
Yeah. Take this time to heal. And even with my recovery, Renee, again, was in a lot of pain. And she said with movement. And see, I wasn't with movement.
Yeah.
The second
Y'all,
day,
she was doing way too much.
But I was okay. I really was. I was okay. But that 5th day, I was there, 5 days?
I don't know.
Maybe 6. I may have been there 6. I came home on their 6th day. And I was nervous and anxious because I was like, I'm not going to be able to lie down in this bed. So I had went and I got all these pillows and those pillows that have the arms on them. And but I did okay. I thought I was going to have to sleep in the recliner like
I did.
Where I couldn't. Now, mind you, I didn't lie down. I had the pillows surrounding me.
Right, so you were still kind of elevated.
I was in my bed because I can't sleep on a recliner. I need to be in my bed.
I sleep comfortably in a recliner.
See, I can't do that. So I'm sitting up in the bed, and I did okay. It was like a hospital bed.
Right, right.
But I did okay. And getting in and out of my bed, going to the bathroom, coming back, I did okay. And I had people checking on me, you know. My family was very supportive and surrounded me and all that. And then, of course, you know, my kids, Brianna and my husband, Richard, they were there, you know. And I did okay. And I can recall one day Renee and our friend Kim came to see me. And I had dropped something on the side of the couch. And I just reached down. And she's like, Shona, don't do that. I'm like, oh, okay. It doesn't hurt. She's like, you getting on my nerves. You do it too.
That's because you guys, from waist up for me.
Yeah. See, her experience.
Oh my God. Like, I couldn't move.
Yeah. And I remember that.
Yeah. I couldn't move. My heart failure had got so bad, you guys, that I couldn't even talk.
Yeah. She could not, and I miss talking on the phone because we talk on the phone
all day long.
Yeah, we do. We do. And I was like, she can't even talk on the phone.
I couldn't talk on the phone. I had no air.
Yeah.
I was left to say, mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Yep, you were. Yeah, I remember that.
That's all I could say. I couldn't talk. I couldn't walk.
Mm-hmm.
I had excruciating pain throughout my body, my stomach.
Oh, that pain in your stomach. And I'm like, where is it at in the stomach? And you're like, it's right underneath.
Yes,
yeah,
Lord, it was right there.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And it felt like a balloon would get real hard, and then it would go back down. Oh my God, it was awful.
And you was still working.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy.
She was still working, going in and out of these schools.
Yeah.
Taking these long walks up and down steps.
Yeah, down long hallways.
Oh my goodness.
It was awful.
It was. Yeah, our experiences were totally different. Mm-hmm. But I had a lot of swelling going on because I was working 8 to 10 hour nights.
Sitting in a chair with your feet on the floor, so.
Well, they kind of were propped up, but still they were swelling because I was in heart failure. Yeah. So
when you're in heart failure, your feet are supposed to be over your heart.
Yeah.
So your feet are supposed to be up over your heart. Like you should be sitting back with your feet elevated up. Right. That is to keep the swelling down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then my doctor, he just took me out. He said, you can't sit at night like that. It's too many hours sitting. You're going to have swelling. Until you can get through this workup and stuff, you have to come off work. Yeah. So.
And your workup, didn't it take about 2 months?
Yeah, because I kind of...
It was long.
Yeah.
My workup took about a week.
Yeah. They let her come home for a week, and then she was right back at the hospital for the surgery.
Like, my workup was like, get it done, get it done. I think because I had lingered so long in heart failure. And you was in
so much pain.
And I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
And the only thing that deadened the pain was morphine. Yeah. That was the only thing that deadened the pain.
And that's another thing. Mm-hmm. See, they didn't give me morphine.
Yeah. Yeah, I was having pain that I couldn't even, my God, you guys, I can't even, having a baby wasn't that bad.
Wow.
I'm saying, seriously.
Wow.
Hard labor was not as bad. So, yeah, don't let it happen to you. Don't let it go that long.
No,
and I was actively trying to find out what was going on with me.
Exactly.
I just couldn't get a doctor to diagnose me properly. Okay, girls. So, the camera is saying I've reached my maximum time.
We took too long.
We did. So, we will be back, ladies. Just know that we are here to support you, help you, encourage you along your journey as well. If you have any questions, you can find either one of us on Facebook, and I will I'll put Shona's information in the description box. And you guys definitely know how to get in touch with me at any time. And in the meantime, in between time, ladies, keep your heads up and your eyes open. Take care of yourself, girls.
Yes, take care of yourself, please.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I know